5B is asking us to find out what the 35th block is. Is it a Y or is it an R? So I've used yellow blocks to represent the Ys and red blocks to represent the reds. So we have in the pattern in the book, you have Y, R, Y, Y, R, Y, Y, R, Y. Now I like using hands-on manipulatives like this because they're easy to manipulate, and so kids could play around. They could say, well, is that the pattern? You know, maybe they think this might be the pattern. They can move them around, and eventually, hopefully, they will see that the pattern is this. The core pattern is Y, R, Y, or in our case, we're assigning a color name to the letters yellow, red, yellow. Now, we're looking for and the core pattern contains 3 blocks each, and we're looking for the 35th block. So again, we're going to use division, and we're counting 3s from 35 because we want to know how many times does this pattern, this core pattern, fit into 35. And I know that 10 times 3 is 30. So I'm going to subtract that, and I know that 1 more 3 could fit in there. And I'm going to be left with 2 blocks. So 10 and 1 is 11. So 3, this pattern fits into 35 11 times. So if we had 11 blocks, you would see this pattern 11 times, and you'd have 2 other blocks that do not finish the pattern. So you'd have 2 out of the 3 left over. So your 35th block is going to be, as if you go to your core pattern and count 1, 2, it's going to be R, or red in this case. Now I actually got out a bunch of blocks so you could see what that means. So there's our pattern that they gave us in the book. And I'm going to separate it just slightly. If we add that pattern 11 times, there's 3, 4, can you see that? 5, 6, I should probably separate these so you can see that. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to add these down here so that they don't go off the table. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. You see how we counted that pattern 11 times from 35? And then 2/3 of it. There's 2/3 of it. We end up on a red block, or R, because I don't know if they actually assign a color name to it there, but R. So we ended up with the 35th block is R, or red